The moment of awakening is here, and you're reading this because you're chosen. There's no coincidence, no randomness in your presence here. The very fact that you are tuned in to this message is the confirmation you've been waiting for. This isn't just another video or another piece of advice. This is a divine invitation, an awakening that marks the start of your purpose. This is the moment when everything aligns, when heaven reaches down to tap your soul, to remind you of who you truly are. And let me tell you something. Your purpose is more powerful than you can imagine, and it has been in the making long before you even realized it. When you clicked on this, you weren't just looking for words, you were looking for something more. You were seeking confirmation, seeking clarity. Deep within your heart, you've known for a while now that something greater is at play in your life. The way you've felt disconnected at times, the moments when you've questioned everything, wondering why you're so different, wondering why things never quite fit into the molds others try to place you in. It's all been leading to this, an awakening to the fact that you are chosen. And this calling? It's not just for anyone, it's for you. Have you ever felt like you were born for something greater, yet you couldn't quite put your finger on what it was? Like, there's a part of you that's waiting to be awakened, to step into the full force of your divine destiny? That feeling, that deep inner stirring, is not a mistake. It's the divine frequency calling you, resonating deep within your soul, whispering, "You are ready. You are chosen for this moment." You felt it in your heart during quiet nights when your mind couldn't shake the thoughts of a life beyond the ordinary. You've sensed it in those moments when your spirit was restless, longing for something that the world couldn't offer. Now, you're here, and this is your moment. As I speak these words, I know they will resonate with those who are awake, those who can hear the frequencies of heaven, who feel the divine tug on their hearts, who have walked through the valley of doubt and come out stronger, more aware of their own inner power. This message is not for everyone. This message is for those who have been chosen for greatness. Those who have walked through storms, carried burdens that others couldn't see, yet continued on in silence. Your story is written in the stars, even if the world hasn't fully understood it yet. You might be wondering, why now? Why this moment? Why this awakening? It's because you've been prepared for this. Every tear, every silent prayer, every moment of struggle was a part of the divine blueprint that has been unfolding in your life. What you thought was delay was actually divine incubation. Every challenge you faced, every lonely moment, was necessary for the purpose you're about to step into. You were never forgotten. You were being formed in the hidden places, being shaped by forces beyond your comprehension, for a purpose that only you can fulfill. The world has tried to make you feel small, to make you question your worth, to make you believe that you were somehow less than what you were meant to be. But let me speak this truth to you now. You are not less. You are set apart. You are chosen for this moment. And it is not by accident. There are no mistakes in God's plan. Every part of your journey has led you to this point, and now, you're being called to rise. Some of you have felt the weight of this calling for years. Maybe you've felt different. Maybe you've even felt misunderstood. Perhaps you've looked around at others and wondered why they seem to have it all together, while you've struggled with doubts, with fears, with questions about your purpose. I'm here to tell you that your struggles were not in vain. Those moments of questioning, those times when you felt like giving up, they were not failures. They were stepping stones, testing grounds, preparing you for what's to come. Your purpose is forged in the fire of those trials. What you have overcome has been necessary for your growth, for your divine unfolding. There is a unique strength within you, one that has been built through perseverance, through silence, through patience. While others may have sought instant gratification, you've learned the power of waiting. While the world clamored for attention, you've found power in stillness. The waiting, the hardships, the loneliness, they were all part of the divine preparation, shaping you, refining you, equipping you for a mission greater than anything you could have imagined. And now, the time has come for you to step into that calling, to awaken to the full power of your purpose. You are not just a bystander in this world. You are a force, a catalyst for change. Your presence is not by chance. You were designed for this moment, for this time, for this purpose. The world needs what you carry. The light that you've been holding in secret is about to shine. The world will see the fruit of your labor, the beauty that was birthed in the silence, the strength that was forged in the storm. So, as you stand at the edge of this divine awakening, take a deep breath. Let go of the doubts, the fears, the voices that have tried to make you small. You are chosen for greatness, for a purpose that only you can fulfill. Embrace this moment. The divine frequency is speaking to you, calling you to rise and step into the fullness of your destiny. You are ready. This is your time. Step forward with boldness, with clarity, with unwavering confidence. The world may not understand your journey, but you don't need their approval. You have the approval of heaven. You have the divine anointing to fulfill your purpose. And now, it's time to rise. The path ahead will not always be easy, but it will be worth it. The struggles will not define you, but they will refine you. Every obstacle, every trial, every challenge has been a part of the divine preparation for what's to come. And as you walk this path, know that you are not walking alone. Heaven is with you. The angels are surrounding you, and your purpose is waiting for you to step into it. Now, as you stand at the threshold of your divine destiny, remember, you are chosen. You are marked, and you are ready to shine. The time is now. Embrace your purpose, and watch as your life unfolds in ways you never thought possible. The divine has been preparing you for this moment, and it's time to walk in the fullness of what you were created for. You are the chosen one. This is your awakening. You've felt it, haven't you? That sensation of being different, of standing alone when everyone else seems to move ahead. It might have seemed like you were overlooked, or even worse, abandoned. But let me tell you this. Being set apart is not a curse. It's a blessing in disguise. You were never forgotten. While others rushed to their destinations, God was setting you aside, not to punish you, but to prepare you. In your isolation, He was crafting a unique story for you. A story of strength, resilience, and divine purpose. Your time of solitude is not wasted time. It's sacred preparation for what's to come. In the silence, you were being shaped, molded into someone capable of carrying a purpose that others couldn't even fathom. While it may have felt like the world was moving on without you, God was working on something that only the quiet could bring about. This was a season of growth, not just a pause in the journey. It was in this solitude that your inner strength was developed, that your faith was tested and refined. Every moment of waiting, every moment of loneliness, was preparing you for the greatness that lies ahead. When you couldn't see it, when you questioned why you were being held back, know this: God's hand was upon you all along. He was not ignoring you. He was protecting you, covering you, and crafting you into the person you were meant to become. You were never lost, never abandoned. You were simply in the process of becoming everything you were called to be. Every trial, every challenge was a stepping stone. And now, you stand on the other side, stronger, wiser, and ready. The waiting was not in vain. It was the moment of preparation that made you who you are today. And now, as you step forward, you are stepping into the fullness of your purpose, armed with the strength, wisdom, and resilience that only your time in isolation could bring. You are ready for what lies ahead. No more doubts, no more fears. Your divine purpose is unfolding, and you have been prepared to carry it with grace and power. What was meant to break you has only strengthened you, and now it's time for you to rise. The world may have told you that isolation means you're being left behind, but the truth is far different. Isolation is where God shapes you. When you felt disconnected, When you thought you were missing out on life, God was working behind the scenes, building something in you that could only be formed in the quiet. This was not punishment, but divine incubation. Just as a seed grows deep roots before it can sprout, you were being strengthened in ways unseen to the world. Your challenges were never meant to break you, but to build the foundation for your calling. Every difficult season has been preparing you for a purpose only you can fulfill. In those moments when you felt overlooked, when the noise of the world seemed to drown out your soul's cries, God was quietly working in the hidden spaces of your life. He wasn't absent. He was preparing you. While others were moving swiftly, rushing toward what seemed like success, you were being placed in a sacred waiting room where your character, faith, and resolve were being refined. What appeared to be delays were actually divine alignments. God was positioning you, preparing you to step into a destiny that could not be achieved without the depth of understanding and strength you've gained in this time of isolation. Your challenges were stepping stones, not stumbling blocks. Each trial added a layer of resilience to your spirit. Each moment of struggle equipped you with the tools you needed to face the next phase of your journey. You were not meant to carry shallow victories, victories that come too easily and fade too quickly. God has been preparing you for something lasting, something that will leave an impact far beyond what you can imagine. The patience you've developed, the trust you've cultivated, the inner strength you've built, these are the things that will sustain you when the world looks at you and wonders how you overcame it all. This season of silence, this time of being set apart, was not a detour from your purpose. It was the very path that led you directly to your calling. You've been transformed in the quiet, refined in the hidden places. And now, you are ready. Ready to step into the fullness of what God has prepared for you. Ready to walk confidently in the calling that only you can fulfill. As you rise from this season, you'll carry the strength of every silent prayer, every unanswered question, every tear shed in solitude. And the world will see that it wasn't isolation that held you back, it was the divine foundation being laid beneath your feet, making you unshakable, unstoppable, and prepared for what lies ahead. And now, as you look back, you can see it. What seemed like a delay was actually divine design. Every obstacle, every hardship was part of the plan. God used the challenges to refine you, to strengthen your character and deepen your faith. Through the quiet and the waiting, He was fortifying your soul for the incredible destiny ahead. You are not the same person you were before. The struggles you faced have shaped you into someone who is ready to carry the weight of your purpose. You are being prepared for something greater, and it's time to walk in that calling with confidence. Now, as you stand at the threshold of your destiny, you can see the bigger picture. What once felt like obstacles, like roadblocks, was actually the divine hand of God, molding and shaping you for the path ahead. Every moment of doubt, every challenge that made you question your worth, was God's way of building your character, strengthening your resolve, and deepening your faith. It wasn't punishment, it was preparation. Through the quiet seasons, when it seemed like nothing was happening, He was working behind the scenes, equipping you with the tools you need to succeed. You are no longer the person you once were. The journey you've walked has refined you, strengthened you, and prepared you for what's to come. The weight of your purpose is not too much for you to bear, because you've been shaped by the trials you've faced. Every setback was simply a setup for the breakthrough you're about to experience. Every tear you shed, every prayer you whispered in the silence, every moment when you thought you couldn't go on, all of it has been preparing you for the incredible future that awaits. It's easy to get discouraged in the waiting. It's easy to wonder if things will ever change, if all your efforts will ever amount to something. But let me remind you, the waiting was never a waste. During those times when you felt stuck, when the doors seemed closed, God was planting seeds deep within you, seeds of perseverance, wisdom, and strength. Now those seeds are ready to sprout, and you're about to walk into the harvest of everything you've been faithfully waiting for. You've learned patience in the silence. You've learned to trust God when the road ahead seemed unclear. The experiences that once seemed like detours were actually the very roads that have brought you closer to your true calling. You're not just walking into a new season of your life, you're walking into the fullness of your destiny. And every step you take now will be marked by the wisdom, strength, and confidence that comes from knowing that you were prepared for this moment. It's time for you to step into your calling with confidence, knowing that you are ready for everything that's about to unfold. The world may not understand the depth of what you've been through, but God does. He has seen every tear, every sacrifice, and every act of obedience you've made in the secret place. And now, He's about to reveal the fruit of all your labor. You are walking into a season of fulfillment, where everything that has been hidden will be revealed. Your purpose is waiting for you, and it's time to claim it. The strength you've built in the quiet seasons will carry you through the challenges ahead. And the faith you've cultivated will serve as your anchor. No more waiting. No more wondering. The time is now. And remember this: you are not walking this journey alone. God is with you every step of the way, guiding you, strengthening you, and blessing you. He has already gone before you, and He will be there beside you as you walk boldly into your destiny. The obstacles that once seemed so daunting now appear as mere stepping stones. The things that once held you back, the things that once made you feel small and insignificant, are now the very things that will propel you forward. You are equipped for what's ahead, and with every step you take, you are moving closer to the fulfillment of your divine purpose. There is a greater calling on your life than you have ever realized. The weight of your purpose is not a burden, it's an honor. And now, with all the strength, wisdom, and faith you've built along the way, it's time to rise. The world is waiting for you to step into the fullness of who you were always meant to be. And as you do, know that God's favor and grace will follow you every step of the way. You are ready. Your time has come. The waiting is over. It's time to walk in your calling, with confidence, with purpose, and with the assurance that you are exactly where you're meant to be. Take a moment now, breathe deeply, and feel the weight of this truth. You are chosen. You are equipped, you are prepared, and now, it's your time to step boldly into your purpose. As you walk this path, know that everything you've been through, everything you've faced, has been to prepare you for this very moment. Your purpose is here, your destiny is calling, and you are ready to walk into it with all the confidence and strength that has been built within you. Let this moment mark the beginning of something incredible. Step forward, knowing that you are not just stepping into a new chapter of your life, but into the fulfillment of the purpose God has designed for you. The best is yet to come, and it's time for you to embrace it fully. Your strength didn't come from sheer willpower alone. It came from something deeper. It came from your willingness to surrender when you had nothing left. When everything around you seemed to crumble, and when the weight of your struggles seemed too much to bear, you chose surrender. This act of surrender, of letting go when you felt like you had nothing more to give, became your greatest strength. It wasn't a sign of defeat, but a powerful declaration that you trusted God more than your circumstances. In those moments, when you felt empty, you were being filled with a strength that was not your own. In those moments of surrender, when you felt like you had nothing left to give, God was quietly stepping in. He was the strength you couldn't see, the hope you couldn't grasp, and the peace you couldn't feel. It was in those times of complete vulnerability, when you had no other choice but to lean on Him, that you discovered a strength beyond yourself. It wasn't a strength that came from your own efforts or abilities, but from the divine power that only He could provide. When you chose to surrender, you opened the door for God to work in ways you couldn't have imagined. Your surrender made space for His will to move freely in your life. It wasn't weakness. It was the courage to trust that His plan was greater than your own. When you let go of the need to control, you allowed God to take the reins and steer you toward the destiny He had already prepared for you. Your surrender was an act of faith, a declaration that you believed His timing was perfect, even when it seemed like nothing was happening. As you surrendered, you were being transformed. What seemed like an end was actually a beginning. Those moments of feeling empty were the very moments God was filling you with new strength, wisdom, and purpose. It wasn't always immediate, and it wasn't always visible. But step by step, you were being equipped for the journey ahead. The strength that once felt impossible was now within you, and it was God's power working through you, helping you to rise up even when it felt like you had fallen. This divine strength, born from your willingness to surrender, is what will carry you through the rest of your journey. You are not the same person you were before. The person who struggled, the person who felt weak, has now been made strong through God's grace. Your surrender has become your source of power, and with it, you can face any challenge with confidence, knowing that you are not walking alone. While the world may have overlooked you, while others may have kept moving forward in the spotlight, you were being prepared in the silence. In the hidden seasons of life, when it seemed like nothing was happening, God was working beneath the surface. You were building deep roots in obscurity, strengthening your foundation in ways that would serve you in the seasons ahead. These roots didn't form in the spotlight. They formed in the quiet moments, in the alone times, in the struggles no one saw. It was in these silent seasons that God was preparing you for your mighty calling, ensuring that when it was your time to step forward, you would stand strong, unshakable, and rooted in your purpose. In the quiet, unseen moments, God was not absent. He was actively laying the foundation for something great. Though no one could see it, you were being molded and shaped in ways that would prove essential in the future. While others moved forward in the limelight, your growth was happening in the background, in the secret places where only God could see the progress you were making. Every struggle, every moment of solitude, was an opportunity for your roots to grow deeper, anchoring you in faith, resilience, and divine strength. Those quiet seasons weren't wasted. They were necessary. God knew that before you could rise to the heights of your calling, you needed to be firmly planted. He needed to strengthen your inner core, build your character, and teach you the patience that would sustain you when the storms came. You were being prepared for what others couldn't see, for a purpose far beyond what the world recognizes. When the time comes for you to step into the spotlight, you won't be swayed by the pressure or distracted by the noise. Your foundation is solid. The struggles and moments of isolation you experienced have built a resilience in you that cannot be shaken. The storms that others crumble under will become just another opportunity for you to stand tall because your roots go deep into something eternal and unshakable. You've been prepared to handle the weight of your purpose. The world may not have understood why you had to wait, why you had to remain hidden for so long. But now you know it was for your protection, for your strengthening. God was working behind the scenes, ensuring that when you finally step into your destiny, you would be ready for the magnitude of the calling. What seemed like delay was actually divine preparation. Now, as you prepare to step forward, remember that those silent seasons weren't in vain. They were the training grounds for your purpose. You are not just walking into your calling with raw talent or ambition alone. You are walking into it with a deep foundation that will allow you to endure, to persevere, and to stand strong, no matter what comes your way. You are unshakable because you've been built in the secret places where only God could see the growth happening beneath the surface. When it's your time to shine, you will shine with the confidence of someone who knows they have been prepared for this moment. The quiet years of preparation will be evident in your strength, your wisdom, and your unwavering purpose. You were not hidden to be forgotten. You were hidden to be made strong, so that when you step into the light, you will stand firm, rooted in the purpose God has set before you. Your surrender was never a sign of weakness. It was the key that unlocked divine power. In those moments of quiet obedience, when you trusted God's plan even though you couldn't see the end, He was preparing you to carry a purpose greater than yourself. Your willingness to yield to God's will, even when it was hard, made you a vessel for His strength and power. What you thought were moments of weakness were actually the moments when God was pouring His grace into you, making you ready to face whatever was ahead. Now, as you stand ready to fulfill your calling, know that your surrender has equipped you with the divine power needed to walk boldly in your purpose. In those quiet moments of surrender, when everything in you screamed to take control, you chose to trust God instead. That decision to let go and let Him lead has shaped you into someone capable of carrying a divine calling, a calling that requires not just strength, but spiritual power. Your willingness to submit to His will was the unlocking of a strength that could only come from Him. It wasn't about your ability to handle everything on your own. It was about your ability to recognize that His grace is sufficient, even when you felt like you had nothing left to give. Now, as you step into your purpose, you carry a strength that is not your own. You carry divine power. The same power that raised Christ from the dead is at work within you, empowering you to stand firm, to speak boldly, and to walk with unwavering faith. Your surrender made you a vessel for this power, a vessel that will carry God's light into dark places, His truth into lies, and His peace into chaos. What seemed like moments of struggle and pain were not in vain. They were moments of preparation. Each challenge you faced, each time you felt like you couldn't go on, was God's way of building you up, making you more resilient, more rooted in His truth, and more equipped to fulfill the calling He's placed on your life. The trials that once seemed unbearable have now become the very things that strengthen you, as they allowed God's power to shine through your weakness. Your weakness became His strength. As you move forward, remember that your surrender didn't just open the door to your calling, it has equipped you to walk through it with power and confidence. You are not stepping into your purpose alone. You are walking in the authority of the one who called you. The Holy Spirit is your guide, your strength, and your comfort. And because you've surrendered, because you've trusted when it was hard, you are now equipped to carry the weight of the purpose ahead of you. You will face challenges, yes, but you are no longer the same person who entered the quiet seasons. You've been refined, strengthened, and prepared. The divine power that flows through you now will carry you through every obstacle, every storm, and every moment of doubt. And as you fulfill your calling, remember that your surrender wasn't a weakness. It was the key that unlocked the fullness of God's power in your life. Now, you stand at the edge of something great, with the strength to walk boldly into your destiny, knowing that you are not walking alone. God's power is with you, within you, and ahead of you. It's time to rise. It's time to step into your purpose, because you are ready. The authority you carry is not about what you can show to the world, but about your posture before God. It's not measured in accolades, applause, or outward success. It's in the quiet, unseen moments when no one is watching. In those times when you remained faithful, when you could have given up but chose to trust instead, God was building the foundation of your authority. Your commitment to Him, even when no one noticed, is what gives you the strength to walk in your calling. True authority comes from a heart that is surrendered, steadfast, and unwavering, even when the world offers no recognition. In those quiet moments, when the world was silent and the road ahead seemed uncertain, you were being shaped into a vessel of divine strength. Every time you chose trust over doubt, faith over fear, God was refining you, building a foundation that could carry the weight of your purpose. It wasn't the applause that defined your strength, but the quiet, unwavering resolve that you displayed when no one else was looking. Your true authority is birthed from your ability to remain faithful when everything around you tries to convince you to give up. The world often measures success by what it can see, the fame, the recognition, the outward victories. But God sees beyond the surface. He sees the heart. He sees the surrender in the hidden moments, the quiet prayers when no one is around to hear them. It's in the private moments of worship, the silent sacrifices, and the patient waiting that your authority is forged. God doesn't need the world's approval to elevate you. He sees your commitment, your obedience, and your faithfulness, and that's what qualifies you for the calling He's placed on your life. You've been faithful in the small things, in the moments that seemed insignificant to others. But those small moments are the building blocks of something much greater. God is taking every ounce of your quiet faithfulness and weaving it into something mighty. The foundation you've built, the strength you've developed in silence, will become the platform for the greatness that lies ahead. When you stand in your calling, it will be a reflection of all those unseen moments, all the times you stayed true when no one was watching. So, when the world doesn't recognize your sacrifices or your steadfastness, remember that your authority is not defined by their recognition. It's defined by God's approval, and He sees everything. He knows the cost of your faithfulness and the depth of your commitment. In the silence, He has been building you, preparing you to stand firm, to walk boldly in the calling He has set before you. Your authority is not based on what you can show to the world, but on your unwavering posture before God. And that authority will carry you through every challenge, every trial, every storm, as you step fully into your purpose. Others may not understand the journey you've been on, and that's okay. Your path was never meant to be understood by everyone. While others may have rushed ahead, you were being prepared for great assignments. Assignments that not everyone can carry, not everyone can withstand. The struggles, the waiting, the isolation, it all had a purpose. God was shaping you in ways that others couldn't see, preparing you for a purpose far beyond what they could comprehend. While the world might have overlooked you, He saw you. And now, you are stepping into a role that only you can fulfill, because you have been prepared like no one else. You've walked a path that few could understand, and that's okay. Not everyone is meant to grasp the depth of your journey, and not everyone will appreciate the struggles you've endured. Your path was never about fitting in or conforming to the expectations of others. It was always about the preparation for something far greater, something that only you were destined to carry. The world may have rushed forward, distracted by what seems like success, but you've been moving at a pace designed by God for your life, for your purpose. In the quiet, in the moments when you felt left behind, God was orchestrating every detail. While others raced to their destinations, He was teaching you to stand firm in the wait. You've been walking through the wilderness, but this wilderness wasn't to break you, it was to refine you, to cultivate resilience and depth in your spirit. The struggles, the moments of confusion, and even the seasons of isolation were part of God's divine process to equip you for a destiny that no one else could fulfill. God was shaping your heart and spirit in ways that would only be visible in time. The isolation you experienced, the waiting that stretched your patience, were not signs of being forgotten, but the moments where God was doing the deepest work in you. These were the times when He was preparing you for the weight of the calling on your life. You were never meant to walk this journey with everyone else, because the path you're walking is uniquely yours. It's a path that requires a depth of character, strength, and understanding that only those who have been through what you have can carry. You've been molded in the shadows so that you can shine brightly when it's your time. Every moment that felt like a delay was actually a divine alignment, a part of the preparation process that ensured you would be ready to step into the fullness of your calling. God wasn't overlooking you. He was taking the time to carefully equip you, to develop the skills, the wisdom, and the resilience that would empower you to fulfill a purpose no one else could carry. As the world moved ahead, seemingly with ease, you may have questioned why things felt harder for you, why the road seemed longer, and the obstacles more daunting. But what you couldn't see in the moment was that God was preparing you for a task that would require far more than what anyone else could handle. While others may have been given small tasks, you've been entrusted with something that will leave a lasting impact on this world. Your journey has been one of preparation. Each struggle you faced, each doubt you overcame, and each season of waiting were part of a process that God has been using to make you who you are today. And now, as you step into this new chapter, you are more equipped, more resilient, and more prepared than you could have ever imagined. What you once thought were stumbling blocks have become the stepping stones to your greatness. The lessons learned in the waiting, in the isolation, are now the tools that will help you fulfill your divine assignment. You may have felt invisible at times, like no one noticed the sacrifices you were making or understood the pain you endured. But God saw you. He saw every tear, every quiet prayer, every moment you chose to keep going when it would have been easier to give up. In the moments when you felt unnoticed, you were being noticed by the one who matters most. His hand was upon you, guiding you, strengthening you, and preparing you for what you are about to step into. Now, the time has come for you to step into that purpose. You are not walking into something unprepared. You are walking into something that has been tailored specifically for you. The experiences, the hardships, and the weight have all been part of a divine plan that has been unfolding behind the scenes. You are now ready for the role that only you can fulfill, the purpose that only you were designed to carry. It may feel intimidating at first, but remember this: the God who has been with you through every season of your journey will be with you as you step into this new chapter. He has already gone before you, preparing the way, and He has equipped you with everything you need to succeed. This moment, this season of your life, is not the beginning of a new struggle. It is the beginning of the fulfillment of your purpose. You were shaped and prepared for this. The waiting was never in vain. The times when you felt alone, when you wondered if your sacrifices would ever make a difference, were all leading to this. Now, you stand at the edge of something incredible. And while others may have questioned you, doubted you, or overlooked you, God has always seen your worth. You are His chosen one, and your time has come to rise. You are ready for the role you were always meant to play in this world. No one else could carry it because it was never meant for anyone else but you. The purpose you carry is unique, and only you can fulfill it. It's time to walk forward with confidence, knowing that every season of your life has been a preparation for this moment. The struggles have shaped you, the waiting has strengthened you, and now, the purpose that was always in your heart is about to unfold in ways you never thought possible. Step boldly into what is ahead, knowing that God has already gone before you, already prepared the way, and has equipped you with everything you need to fulfill your calling. You are stepping into your destiny, and there is no one else in the world who could fill the role that you've been called to. The world has overlooked you, but God has seen you, and now it's time for you to rise, stand tall, and walk confidently in the purpose that only you can fulfill. The world will try to label you, to put you in boxes, to tell you who you should be, but the mantle you carry isn't defined by human labels or opinions. It is a divine mantle, woven for you in the unseen places, made to fit only your life and your calling. This mantle makes you unshakable, even in the face of adversity. No matter the challenges, no matter the opposition, the authority that flows from God will carry you through. When the world tries to tear you down, this divine mantle will lift you up. You are not like the world. You are marked, equipped, and empowered to stand firm in the truth of who God says you are. The world will always have its opinions, its labels, its expectations. It will try to put you into boxes, to define you by its standards, by its fleeting and shallow measures of success. But what the world doesn't know is that the mantle you carry cannot be contained by its limited definitions. It's a mantle woven specifically for you, designed by God Himself. And it is far greater than anything the world can offer. This divine mantle isn't shaped by popularity, performance, or public approval. It's shaped by God's calling, His plans, and His purpose for your life. And this mantle, unique and powerful, is what empowers you to rise above the noise, the criticism, and the opposition. When the world tells you that you're not enough, when it labels you based on your failures, your past, or your circumstances, remember, you are not defined by what the world says about you. You are defined by what God has said. He has already called you chosen, equipped, and anointed for a divine purpose. No matter how the world tries to diminish you, your identity and your power come from something far greater. You carry a mantle that was specifically made for you, And that mantle gives you the strength to stand firm, even when everything around you is crumbling. There will be challenges. The road ahead will not always be smooth. There will be opposition, doubt, and moments when it feels like everything is against you. But the authority that flows from God is stronger than any opposition the world can bring. This authority is not from you. It is from Him. And with this divine power, you are equipped to face whatever comes your way. You are unshakable, not because of your own strength, but because of the strength that comes from carrying God's divine mantle. The world may try to tear you down, to discredit you, to discourage you, but it will never succeed, because what God has placed on you is unbreakable. In the face of adversity, when the world's voices get louder and its judgments more harsh, you will stand firm, rooted in the truth of who you are in Christ. When you are weary and the weight of the world seems too much to bear, this divine mantle will lift you up. It is not your strength, but God's. It is His power, His truth, and His love that will sustain you. And even in the darkest moments, when it feels like you're walking through fire, remember that this mantle has already been tested and proven. It is a mantle of victory, and it will carry you through. You are not like the world. You are different. You are marked by the Creator, equipped with divine purpose, and empowered by a strength that comes from Him alone. The world may try to label you based on its standards, but God has already written a new name over your life. You are His, and nothing the world says can ever change that. You have been chosen for a reason, and that reason is far greater than any label the world may place on you. The mantle you carry is proof of your divine calling, and it is a mantle that the world cannot diminish. This mantle is not just for you, it is for the world around you. It is a mantle that carries authority, and with it comes a responsibility to speak the truth, to stand firm, and to walk boldly in the calling God has placed on your life. As you carry this mantle, others will see the power of God in you. They will see a strength that doesn't come from the world, but from heaven itself. And while the world may not understand it, while they may question your choices, your purpose, and your path, you will walk confidently in the truth that God has called you for this very moment. When the world rejects you, when it misunderstands you, or when it tries to make you conform to its expectations, stand firm in the knowledge that you were not created to fit into its mold. You were created to stand out, to be different, to walk a path that only you can walk. The mantle you carry is not one that is meant to be hidden or downplayed. It is meant to shine, to be worn proudly, and to be a testament to the divine purpose you are fulfilling. As you step into the fullness of your calling, remember that you have been equipped with everything you need. The authority that comes with your divine mantle isn't something you have to earn, it is something God has already given you. It is a gift that comes with His love, His grace, and His anointing. This mantle will not only empower you to walk through challenges, but it will also empower you to help others along the way. You are not just carrying it for yourself, but for those who need to see what God can do in someone who is willing to be His vessel. So, when the world tries to label you, when it tries to put you in a box, remember this: you are not defined by the world's standards. You are defined by God's truth. And the mantle you carry will lead you into greatness. You were chosen for this time, this place, and this purpose, and nothing can stand against what God has called you to do. When you walk in the divine authority He has placed on you, you will be unshakable. You will be unstoppable. You will be who He created you to be, marked, equipped, and empowered. Now, as you stand at the threshold of your destiny, you are being revealed for the purpose that has always been inside of you. This is not the beginning of your calling, it is the unveiling of what has been in the works all along. Every step you've taken, every trial you've faced, has led you to this moment. What you've been through, what you've endured, has prepared you for this divine revelation. The time for your purpose to shine has come, and nothing in the past, no matter how painful or difficult, will stand in the way of you walking in it. You were always meant for this, and now the world is about to see the power of God's purpose unfold in your life. Now, as you stand at the threshold of your destiny, The moment has come for your purpose to be revealed. All the waiting, the silence, the struggles, the sacrifices, and the tears have led you here to this pivotal moment where God's purpose for your life is being unveiled. What you once saw as obstacles were simply divine steps, each one carefully placed along your path. They were the hidden lessons, the quiet shaping, the refining moments that, over time, built the foundation of who you are today. What was once unseen, unnoticed, and perhaps even misunderstood, is now being brought into the light. In the past, you may have doubted your worth or wondered if your journey was in vain. You may have looked around at others and seen them moving forward while you felt stuck, isolated, or overlooked. But the truth is, you were never meant to walk the same path as everyone else. Your journey is unique, and the purpose God has placed inside of you could only be formed in the way you've experienced it. Every trial, every season of hardship, every moment of struggle has been working together to reveal something profound, the divine calling that has always been within you. It is not the beginning of your calling. It is the fulfillment of what has been developing in the unseen places. For so long, you have been preparing, though you may not have realized it. The days of doubt, the nights of questioning, the moments when you felt like giving up, they were all part of the process. And now, as you stand on the edge of something new, you are not walking into an unknown future, but stepping into the fullness of who you've been created to be. You have been shaped and equipped, even in the hidden moments. And now it is time for your purpose to shine brightly for all to see. You've been through more than others know. There were moments when you stood alone, when the weight of the world felt unbearable, when the darkness seemed too thick to penetrate. But you didn't quit. You didn't give up. You chose to keep walking, even when it felt like you were walking in circles. Those moments of perseverance are what have made you strong. Your resilience in the face of difficulty has become the cornerstone of your purpose. The time for your purpose to be revealed is now. This is not just a shift in your life, it's the unfolding of a divine plan. Everything you have gone through has been leading you to this moment of revelation. Every lesson, every hardship, and every struggle has been preparing you for the magnitude of what is about to unfold. You were always meant for this. And though it may feel overwhelming at times, know that you are fully equipped for the calling that awaits you. God has been with you through every season, every moment, and now He is leading you into a season of fulfillment. As you step forward into your calling, remember that it is not by your own strength that you have come this far, but by the grace of God. Everything that you've endured has built the foundation for what is to come. The journey you've walked was never in vain, and now you will see how each step has played a role in preparing you for this moment of revelation. There may still be moments when doubt tries to creep in, when the weight of your purpose feels too heavy to bear. But don't be afraid. The weight you feel is not a burden. It is the confirmation that you are stepping into something far greater than yourself. The divine purpose inside of you is greater than any obstacle, any setback, any challenge. You are being called to rise, to stand firm, and to walk boldly in the power that God has placed inside of you. You are not who you once were. The person who faced those challenges, the person who stumbled and fell, has been transformed by God's grace. You are stronger, wiser, and more equipped than you realize. The difficulties you faced have shaped you into someone who is ready for what's ahead. You've been tested, and now you are ready to step into the purpose that God has always had in store for you. The world may try to label you, or make you feel like you don't belong, but your purpose is not dependent on the world's opinion. You were created by God, and your worth is determined by Him alone. You have a divine assignment that only you can fulfill, and now is the time for that assignment to come to fruition. The world may not understand your journey, but that's okay. What matters is that God understands it, and He is leading you into the fullness of what He has prepared for you. Now is your time to shine. The world needs what you carry. It's time to stop holding back, to stop doubting your calling, and to start walking in the authority that God has placed on your life. You are not meant to stay in the shadows anymore. Your light is meant to shine, to illuminate the path for others, to break the chains of darkness and reveal the truth of God's love and power. You were created for such a time as this. Your life is a testament to God's faithfulness, to His love, and to His perfect timing. You've been through the fire, but now you are walking into a season of breakthrough, where everything you've been preparing for is being revealed. Your purpose is unfolding right before your eyes, and nothing can stop it. The world may not understand, but they will see the power of God working through you. This is just the beginning. As you step into the fullness of your purpose, know that God is going before you, making a way where there seems to be no way. He is your guide, your strength, and your provider. You are not walking into this new season alone. God is walking with you every step of the way, and His plans for you are far greater than anything you could ever imagine. So, take a deep breath, stand tall, and step forward with confidence. You are ready. The time for your purpose to shine has come, and the world is about to witness the power of God's calling in your life. You were always meant for this, and now, the world will see the truth of who you are. Your purpose is unfolding, and there's nothing that can stop it. The time is now. You may have wondered why the storm came, why the battles seemed so fierce, why it felt like everything was against you. But the storm was never meant to destroy you. It was sent to reveal something much greater within you. The trials you've faced, the storms you've weathered, have brought out the strength, the resilience, and the authority that God placed in you from the beginning. In the middle of the chaos, you've been tested and refined, and now you are stronger, wiser, and more equipped than ever before. What was meant to break you became the very thing that revealed the power and glory that you carry. The storm didn't defeat you, it prepared you for what's ahead, and you stand now with the authority to walk through any challenge with confidence, knowing that nothing can overcome the power of God within you. You may have questioned the storm, wondering why you had to face such fierce battles. It may have seemed as though everything was aligned against you, and at times, it felt like you were barely holding on. But what you didn't see in those moments of struggle was that the storm wasn't sent to break you. It was sent to build you. Each wave of difficulty, each gust of wind, was part of a divine plan to shape you into who you are now. God allowed the storm not to harm you, but to uncover the strength, resilience, and authority that He had already placed within you. In the chaos, you were tested. When everything seemed uncertain and when you couldn't see the end, you were being refined. You were being shaped, just as gold is refined in fire. The intense heat of your trials wasn't meant to destroy you. It was meant to purify you, to remove the impurities and leave you stronger, more focused, and more equipped for the journey ahead. God doesn't waste a single moment. Every storm, every trial, every challenge was part of His perfect plan to make you stronger, more resilient, and more like the person He designed you to be. In those moments when you felt the weight of the world on your shoulders, when it seemed like you couldn't take another step, God was working in you. He was fortifying your spirit, strengthening your heart, and building the very foundation upon which you stand today. The storms that once seemed like obstacles have now become the stepping stones to your victory. What was meant to break you became the very thing that revealed the depth of your strength. The authority that you now carry didn't come from ease. It didn't come from a life of comfort or simplicity. It came from the battles you've fought, the pain you've endured, and the faith that you've held on to through it all. Your authority comes from the fact that you've been through the fire and come out stronger, with a deeper understanding of who you are in Christ. The storms have shaped you into someone who can now stand with confidence, knowing that you carry the power of God within you. The authority you possess is not something you earned on your own. It was bestowed upon you by God as He walked with you through every storm. You may have felt alone at times, but God was right beside you, guiding you, strengthening you, and preparing you for what lies ahead. The strength you have now is the result of His presence in your life, and the resilience you've developed is a direct reflection of His power at work in you. Now, as you stand here, having weathered the storm, you are stronger than ever before. The challenges you faced have made you unshakable. The enemy thought that by bringing the storm, he could break you. But what he didn't realize was that the storm was merely a tool in God's hands to refine you, to prepare you for something greater. And now, you stand with authority, knowing that nothing can overcome the power of God within you. The storms didn't defeat you, they empowered you. What was meant to destroy you has now become the very thing that propels you forward. The very things that once caused you pain now serve as reminders of your strength, of the resilience that God has built in you. You are not who you were before the storm. You are more than a survivor. You are a conqueror. In this new season, as you face new challenges, you can walk with confidence, knowing that the same God who carried you through the last storm is the one who will carry you through the next. There is nothing that can come against you that will defeat you, because you are walking in the authority of God. You have been tested, refined, and now you stand firm in the power of His strength. The storms have not only revealed your strength, they have revealed your purpose. You are now equipped to walk through any challenge with the unwavering confidence that comes from knowing God has already given you victory. When life throws its next storm your way, remember this: you are not walking alone. You carry the power of God within you, and there is no challenge that can overcome the strength He has placed in you. As you step forward, walk with boldness, walk with authority, and walk with the confidence that comes from knowing that the storm has prepared you for this moment. You have been made for this. Every struggle, every hardship, every tear you've shed has been a part of God's perfect plan to prepare you for what's ahead. And now, as you stand in the fullness of His strength, know that you are equipped to walk through whatever comes your way, with the unshakable confidence that nothing can overcome the power of God within you. The storm has passed, and now it's time for you to walk in the fullness of your calling, knowing that you are ready for whatever comes next. You are strong, you are resilient, and you are empowered. Nothing can defeat you, because you are walking in the power of God's authority, and that is a force stronger than any storm the world can bring. The delay was never a waste. It was God's divine preparation, a time of refining, strengthening, and equipping you for what lies ahead. While it may have felt like you were waiting endlessly, as though the doors were closed, the truth is, God was working behind the scenes, carefully orchestrating everything for this moment. Every prayer, every tear, every quiet moment of waiting was part of His perfect plan. He used the delay to prepare you for something bigger than you could have imagined. In the times of waiting, you may have questioned whether the promise would ever come to pass. You may have wondered why the road was so long, and why others seemed to move ahead while you stayed in the same place. But now, looking back, you can see that the delay was never meant to discourage you. It was meant to strengthen you. Each moment of stillness, each season of waiting, was preparing your heart, your mind, and your spirit for the incredible work that God is about to reveal through you. You are not the same person you were before. The waiting has molded you into someone who is now ready to step into the fullness of your calling. The moment is now. This is the time for you to walk into everything you've been waiting for. All the challenges you've faced, all the trials you've endured, were never in vain. They were the necessary steps in your preparation. God was equipping you, teaching you, and making you ready for this very purpose. The pain you experienced, the struggles you overcame, they were all part of your divine training, and now, you stand ready. You have been prepared for what lies ahead, and there is nothing standing in your way. Step forward with confidence. The time has come. The door that once seemed closed is now wide open, and you have everything you need to walk through it. Heaven is backing you every step of the way, and with each step, you are moving closer to fulfilling the purpose you were always meant for. There is no more waiting, no more wondering your time has arrived. You may not see the full picture yet, but trust that God has already gone before you. He has cleared the path, and He is with you in every moment of the journey ahead. His strength, His wisdom, and His favor will guide you, and with each step, He will reveal more of His purpose for your life. You are not walking this path alone. Heaven is surrounding you, and everything you have been through has led to this moment. Now, it's time to rise. It's time to take that step forward with the confidence that comes from knowing God's timing is perfect, and His plans for you are greater than you can imagine. This is your moment to shine, to walk boldly into your destiny, and to embrace the incredible purpose God has set before you. As you move forward, remember this: God's divine preparation has equipped you for the greatness that is ahead. Trust in His plan, embrace the calling He has placed on your life, and know that your time has come.